What's going on, friends and family? My name is Skylent, and as you guys know, I started a new channel called Free For All, where I actually journalistically upload the trailers and kind of talk about, the new updates for free-to-play games, brand new free-to-play games, guys, and just kind of, just free-to-play games. I love free-to-play games. My history really started on YouTube with a channel called Free MMO Station, and ever since then, I've really carried the torch of championing, free-to-play games, mobile games, IO games especially. I know there's a lot of poop out there, guys, but, I try to find the gems out there. And you know what? This is going to be a whole list on the gemmiest of gems, the ones that look the most polished, the ones that have the, highest graphical fidelity, the ones that you would expect maybe to pay money for. And in a lot of cases, you used to have to on this list. But these are the best AAA free-to-play games in my maybe not so humble opinion. But here we go, jumping into the top 10. Okay, so starts top 10s with the number 10. That's gonna be AutoChess. Yep, no, a mobile game. I'm talking about a mobile game. Now, there's a lot that look really gorgeous, like Trine. You can actually get that on tablets and things like that. They look great. They're technically, free to play. You have ports and things like that. You think you can play Doom 3 actually on Nvidia Shield at least. But AutoChess, in terms of like a pure mobile game, and also in terms of comparing it to other card games, which Hearthstone is a AAA CCG, and you might want to say, like, you should put that on the list, whatever, but AutoChess, with the 3D, with the animations, the combat, the style of gameplay, and also the fairness of monetization. Yeah, everything combined. If you've watched my previous rant videos on AutoChess, or what I think of CCG, you know that I think AutoChess is the best. Okay, and so which one is the best? Which AutoChess game is the best? Here, I'm really going to promote just AutoChess. That's the most played one that I have. But, League of Legends is coming to mobile, and right now you can even do Underlords. So, that's the Dota 2 one, which also looks gorgeous graphically and performs pretty fun enough, though AutoChess is going to be my contender. Anyways, for number 10 for best AAA free-to-play games, I really did want to put a mobile game out there, and I wanted to show that, guys, there are some AAA mobile games out there, and AutoChess is one of the best. Okay, but number 9, I'm going to put Dungeon Defenders 2. Now, there is some controversy here because some people believe that Dungeon Defenders 1 had better maps, had better balancing in certain ways. Some people don't also like the overall grind or the way you unlock certain characters in Dungeon Defenders 2. In the end, I find the games very freaking comparable, and I actually truly enjoy Dungeon Defenders 2, though I also really love Dungeon Defenders 1, and I cannot wait for the new game I'm going to buy on Switch, Dungeon Defenders Awakened, which is more in line with Dungeon Defenders 1. But regardless, in terms of towered action, defense, or I don't know, whatever you want to call Dungeon Defenders, this is like the most AAA one. Now, there's been a few others that have attempted that are mostly no name, or there was an Orcs Must Die Unchained. Didn't really work out, but Dungeon Defenders 2 is the one that exists, and I just think graphically it is absolutely gorgeous, and I still think it's a lot of fun, but then again, that's my bias. I love horde or wave survival style games, and there's a number of them out there. A lot of them are really cheap, like $1 or $5, but free to play, Dungeon Defenders 2 it looks the most AAA. That's what I'm saying, guys. I'm slapping it out here. And yeah, my list videos, I do try to have a wide range of genres. Maybe that's why it fit in here as well. But let me know, guys. Dungeon Defenders 1 or Dungeon Defenders 2? Which one do you like better or worse? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, MMO time. What is the most best polished AAA free-to-play game? That's debatable. That's incredibly debatable, but man, I think I'm gonna put Guild Wars 2. I'm gonna put Guild Wars 2, even though it seems a little bit unfair because, well, it's not completely free to play. That's because what is free to play for Guild Wars 2 was the original entire vanilla experience, and I mean, obviously, it was a buy-to-play game. It was AAA. It still is AAA. And then they made it free-to-play, so, obviously, it's going to make the list. But there was other games, like Terra, which I could put on here, which I don't think aged as well. It's very unoptimized. Blade and Soul, which is actually going to get a new revamping. Actually, you know what? Blade and Soul is also going to be on this list. We got a twofer, boys. We got a twofer. Guild Wars 2 and Blade and Soul, because if you want to debate if Guild Wars 2 is really free-to-play or not, then we'll put Blade and Soul, which is entirely free-to-play. It's a gorgeous game, and it's getting a new engine update, so it's going to just look better than ever. And it is a proper AAA game, so sure, okay. Blade and Soul and Guild Wars 2. If you want to fight over it, these are my picks. Those are my two for MMO. But, Guild Wars 2, I'm just going to say, I got Endgame and Blade and Soul. Really great. Oh my god, gorgeous game. But Guild Wars 2 is my most played, and 99% of my game time, which again, Guild Wars 2 is my most played MMO, has been in the free-to-play content or in the vanilla content. So just keep that in mind. Okay, next we've got War Thunder, which is, I guess you could say World of Tanks or something like that, but I just, whenever I have the choice of saying World of Tanks or any of these other games, I always pick War Thunder, because it's just the one that immediately, whenever it first released, it just seemed like it had that more edge, that more polished edge, graphical fidelity. It was easier to get into, and it also included more forms of combat. It's got a little bit of mixed vehicular combat in there. Sometimes it's tanks and airplanes. I think they're even expanding into sea, things like that. Just War Thunder, just to me, just seems like it's more. And I know there's probably technically more tanks, or I know a lot of people really love World of Tanks, and I'm sorry, I'm still very much a noob in this entire genre because it tends to be incredibly grindy, but War Thunder's just gonna be my pick. Okay, just War Thunder. When a lot of these free-to-play games were starting to come out and be higher production value, I guess, or more better produced. We called them AAA free-to-play games. This was in the days of like Tribes Ascend and stuff like that. Hawken, games where it's like, oh my god, free-to-play games can look like $60 games. What? War Thunder was around that era as well, so that always stuck around with me. Let me know if it's really worth sticking around to play it. Yeah, CSGO. That's an easy one. CSGO. It would be higher on the list, but I got a really harsh opinion on CSGO. Okay, I'm just gonna throw this out here. I think that Counter-Strike Global Offensive looks a little dated. I think some audio, visual thing, it's kind of lower fidelity than I would expect. But as a free-to-play game, that's really cool. CSGO going free-to-play, I kind of didn't see it coming, though it makes a lot of sense. And I'm really surprised that we don't see more Counter-Strike clones out there. We have games that look like Counter-Strike or have maps like Counter-Strike or have guns like Counter-Strike, but the actual round economy system where you're buying weapons and earning money between the rounds, that's really special. That's pretty rare in games, and not many are just like CSGO. So out of the gate, CSGO being such a staple FPS, and this being free to play, totally, even though it's a little bit more dated or datier, totally beats out, all the other games out there that really have emulated, like Combat Arms, things like that, Counter-Strike. So yeah, Counter-Strike Go, it's gonna make the list. All right, halfway through the list, we have a game called Path of Exile. Path of Exile is a gorgeous game. It's a gorgeous game, and I think some people might have some issues actually running the game because it gets like a lot of bodies, a lot of projectiles, a lot of fireballs, a lot of action on the screen. It's really intensive, even though it's isometric. This is a pretty action-packed action RPG, and it's a very RPG. The story is poetic, Shakespearean. It's definitely dark. It's definitely grimdark, and it's kind of a spiritual successor to Diablo II, from what a lot of people have said, and that's what it seems like. I didn't play Diablo II. Maybe I should actually do that, put it in the backlog. Same thing with Age of Empires 2. I need to do that, and Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, which I am playing right now, but whatever. Path of Exile is a game that, playing this, I felt no desire to even check out Diablo 3, which I did end up buying. It's just, why Path of Exile so cool, man? That's just how I feel. But yeah, I was really impressed with the voice acting, with the story, the world building, and also super AAA about this games as a service is they will not stop updating this game. It is just insane how many updates they put on this game. That's it. Check it out, guys. It's a very complex game with a tremendous amount of customization. It can seem daunting, but just give it a shot. Okay, number 4 on the list for AAA free-to-play games, Warframe. Because duh. Warframe, however, is still, I'm gonna be harsh, right? That's why you guys watch me. It's not just all hype. Harshness, let's do it. It's daddy mode. Warframe has some mobile-y microtransactions, which I really don't appreciate. It also still actually has a number of bugs and issues and balance problems, and they kind of just spam content, something that I just, applauded Path of Exile for. Warframe kind of just, they go off the rails, but that's also why we love them. And that's also kind of what makes it AAA at the same time, is like you have things where it's like, oh my god, we have space combat now. And it's like, oh, we have open world zones now. And it's like, oh man, you're jumping off walls, let's do jetpacks. Warframe goes ham with its updates, absolutely, which is a double-edged sword, definitely. But Warframe overall, when it first came out, I remember the soundtrack, the graphics, everything. I was just like, I was in such awe. You know, I couldn't even really properly analyze or review the game, but I was one of the first to ever play it and do a video on it, actually. I just had a lot of fun just experiencing what a AAA free-to-play game could be. And then as it evolved, it became more and more produced. You know, now we have these full campaign or cinematic style quests, which is really great, though of course it's you know, to get into it, it's such a grind and it's a lot of repetition and very mobile-y style game design, but whatever, you know, Warframe for the most part is very AAA. It's just, in my opinion, mired by a lot of kind of shitty design, but there's just a lot of really good stuff also in Warframe at the same time. So it's give and take, but Warframe gives a lot more than it takes, in my opinion. But hey, that's up to you. Let me know in the comments below. How do you feel about Warframe in its current form? I know there's a lot of drama going on, but overall, there's still a lot of good content if you want to jump in now. It's never too late to join into the grind of Warframe. Number 3 is a game that I have barely played, and I'm very, very scared. But the truth is that Starcraft II is like the only RTS. Actually, one of the first RTS I ever played was one of the first videos I kind of covered on this channel. It was called Little War Game. Little War Game is a browser-based RTS, and it's cute. You know, it's kind of Warcrafty, whatever. But Starcraft II, that's like the RTS, right? It's just the RTS. And before that, actually, you could play the original Starcraft for free. But yeah, Starcraft II being free to play, such a brilliant move, so smart. It is a very, very hard game to get into. I've barely played this game, but it's just an objective fact that it belongs on this list and very highly on this list because it's kind of like, it's a sport. It was one of the first games to really bring about the age of esports, you know, to really promote that sort of lifestyle, you know. Starcraft II also in just terms of genre, RTS, nothing else that's really free to play. Though we're starting to see more. I think, what is it, Crusader Kings is sort of almost like a 4X-y sort of empire builder that's out now. Anyway, Starcraft II, you know what? It is a super hard game to get into. And it's maybe not as big as it used to be, debatably. I think we need a new RTS. A lot of people are playing Clash Royale and things like that. I get it. I could even have put games like that on this list, but I'm gonna do you justice. Starcraft II, a AAA game from OG Blizzard. Well, I mean, there was drama back in the day, but Starcraft II, pretty good game, right? I think so. I'm pretty bad, so I don't really know. But man, I've watched so much competitive Starcraft II. It's crazy. I could rant about it. It just seems so fun. There's some really silly stuff you could do in it. But as an RTS, it is very mechanically intensive. You can watch it and have fun, sure. You can play it and have fun, but when you really try to sport it, dear God, that's a whole nother world. But it's pretty awesome that they made it free to give you a shot, to give you a chance, that first step into that world. But even if you don't, if you just want to, you know, mess around and see, the RTS, well, it's free. Try it out. All right, number 2 is Dota 2. I'm putting Dota 2 on here, and I think some people maybe would have loved if I gave Smite a shout out, because not enough people talk about Smite. But dang it, this is a list video. This is a review. This is what is the best, you know, like objectively speaking, or, you know, as much as I can try to be. I am very opinionated. But Dota 2 it just has things other MOBAs don't have. You know, Heroes of the Storm stopped production, basically. I didn't really have too much going for it anyways. It was pretty unique, but whatever. You know, League of Legends, oh my God, it is like the king of esports. It is the modern face of esports. But Dota 2, in terms of gameplay, it's got custom games. It's got custom models that are being sold that you can get in the game from players and stuff like that. You know, being able to customize your character to such a great extent. Though I know, hey, you can compete with the skins of League, that's for sure, and compare. Those are amazing too, absolutely. This was hard. It was like, should I put League or Dota 2? But Dota 2 just has more. The graphical fidelity, the camera motions and options, just everything that you can do inside of Dota 2 just screams polish. It's almost like they looked at what League of Legends is doing and is like, how can we one-up every fucking thing that they do, basically? And, you know, their esports scene is comparable. You know, League is definitely bigger, and in a lot of ways, League is a very different game. But Dota 2, just in terms of, you know, trying to say what game is AAA or not, I just feel like in more categories, Dota 2 just comes out on top objectively. So let me know the fight and which MOBA do you guys play in the comments below. But yeah, for AAA, I'm saying I think Dota 2 is more polished, and I think League of Legends could learn a few things, and I think they have actually copying and emulating a lot of the seasonal events, like literally copying them. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And finally, the game you knew would be number 1 is Fortnite. Why? Because it's totally free, not pay to win. It is a game that has better custom events, in-game events, than any other free-to-play game out there. And I know Adventure Quest just had a concert with Korn. Guild Wars 2 had some really, really good temporary seasonal events. And they had some, the Halloween event is always fun. That's cool too. These meta events, pretty fun. But Fortnite, every season, totally different. Map changes, totally different. Mini games, things like that they add in. It's a riot. It's ridiculous. And then of course, like the Marshmallow concert and the sort of like weird meta storytelling that they're doing in between the different seasons or within the seasons with actual players playing in a battle royale. It's crazy. And really, Fortnite's claim to fame was that every other battle royale game, even today, kind of runs like poop. In Fortnite, despite having all these building mechanics, despite looking the way it does, and being such a big battle royale with like 99 players jumping down and it being so crazy, it's a crazy game. It's really ridiculous. It's a fiesta, and it still just ran. It performed. It is objectively a AAA games as a service and a AAA battle royale, a AAA polished experience as a video game. I don't know how Fortnite works as Save the World. I'm assuming pretty decently, but we'll see whenever that actually releases as free-to-play, which it should have been like years ago. But in terms of the Battle Royale, Fortnite, with everything that it's done, all the pushing, it's been great. Now, there's been some flounders. There's been some drama. It's not as secure as an esport as Dota 2 yet. Their production, quality, and value with some of the balancing is debatable, but for the radically new stuff that they're trying with Fortnite, how bonkers and crazy it can be, and how random battle royales can be, Fortnite is as polished as we have seen by far. But yeah, guys, that was a lot of enthusiasm. That was a lot of emphasis on how I feel, in my opinion. But I would love to know your thoughts and feelings on what you consider the best AAA free-to-play games. If I missed any, or if you want to just rant about some, I know some of you guys are going to talk about Warframe. If you guys want to rant about those in the comments below, let me know. And also, as an aside, one last question. What game right now is a AAA game that you think should go free-to-play? In my opinion, I think a lot of fighting games. I think Street Fighter should go free-to-play, just like Killer Instinct did. I really think that'd be really big. A lot of racing games too. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, those questions and just whatever you want to say, shit and giggles, whatever. Throw it out there. Give it a thumbs up. Share the video on Reddit or whatever you can. Your grandma on Facebook, whatever. Just much love. That's really all I can ask. That you have fun. Keep the hype alive, guys. My name is Skylent, and I will see you again next time. And hopefully on my new channel called Free For All. Where I talk about free-to-play games. Yeah. Okay, I'm out. I'm done. See you in the next one.